You are seeing my screen, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now the data in table are from a measurement study involving 2 inspectors. How many appraiser? 2 appraiser. And each inspector checked the surface finish of five parts. 5 parts. Each part was checked twice by each inspector. The gauge records the surface roughness in micro inches. The gauge has a resolution of 0.1 micro inches. All right. So now you have to calculate the, what do you call, the gauge R&R. So let us do that. Right. And see here, same reading is available here also. Same reading is available here. Oh, it's not moving that side. Okay. And now you see here, you have a table, reading 1 for reading 1 in the first column and reading 2 in the second column, and number of inspector 2, inspector number 1, inspector number 2, and number of parts 5 parts. Each part is repeated twice. And now what is our interest? Our interest is to understand the gauge R&R, right? And now there are 2 readings. Can you calculate this average? Like how we calculated average? Can I get a yes?
Yes, sir.
When
Yes,
there are two readings for part 1 by inspector 1, the average is calculated. Range can also be calculated. Since there are 5 parts, there will be 5 averages and there will be 5 ranges. Same way you do it for inspector number 2 also. Now you will have 5 averages and 5 ranges. And overall, totally there are 10 ranges. Totally there are 10 ranges and 10 averages. And now, sigma repeatability. The sigma repeatability is shortly written as sigma E. The formula is sigma repeatability, standard deviation. You can calculate standard whenever your data, you have less data. Range is the best measure of variation. So calculate the range. From the range, you calculate standard deviation. So R bar. What is R bar here? Average of the ranges.
Average of range.
How many ranges you have? 10 ranges.
10.
So add all the 10 and divide by 10. That is your R bar. Once R bar is understood, you must find a statistical constant D2 so that you will be able to estimate the standard deviation. This is estimated standard deviation. Since you have 10 ranges here, right? And look here, there is a table available for the D2 value. And now number of parts into number of inspector. Number of parts is how many? 5. Number of inspectors how many? 2. 5 into 2 is 10. This is what is reflecting in your 10 ranges. When you have 10 ranges, you know the G is 10. G is 10 here. And number of repeat readings, how many repeat readings you included in your study? Repeat readings are
2.
2. So 2 and 10. What is the number you are finding?
1.16.
1.16. That is your D2. And now your sigma is estimated. All of you understand how the sigma came? The sigma is the representative of the repeatability error. But what is the total repeatability error? What is our understanding? Multiply by 6. Once you get the sigma, multiply by 6, that will help you to account 99.73% of the error. But if you refer to the old literature or some standard books like Montgomery or the Feistek, Six Sigma Handbook by Feistek, and there you will see them using 5.15. What is that 99.73 is giving you? What is that 6 is giving you? 6 is helping you to account for 99.73% of the error. Instead of 6, when you use 5.15, you will be able to account for only 99% of the error. That's the difference. Is that clear? So use 5.15 so that you will be accounting only 99% of the error. But when you multiply by 6, you will be able to account for 99.73% of the error, nothing else, right? So what is the total repeatability error, or 99% of the repeatability error is 2.266. Is that clear to all of you? How we got this number? Yes?
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting it.
Sir, 5.15 is how we
See, when you use 6, what is the meaning of 6? 99.73%, isn't it?
Yes.
But in olden days, people were not able to go up to 99.73 and all because they were doing everything manually. So they use only table, and then that table will be available only up to 99% or something. And so they settle with 5.15. But nowadays you can even go beyond 6 sigma because laptops and computers will give you all the values, and that is why 5.15 instead of 5.15. Softwares like Minitab and all is using 6. But nothing wrong. This is only error you are measuring, and 5.15 will help you to capture 99% of the error. But 6 will help you to capture 99.73% of the error. More than 6, you will go closer to 100%, right? And now 2.266. And now we calculated repeatability error. Now I want you to help you understand the reproducibility error in your data. And now inspector 1, 5 averages you have. Inspector 2, 5 averages you have. The difference or disagreement between inspector 1 and inspector 2 is called reproducibility error. Now, when you have 5 averages, can you find out the average of the 5 averages? That is 118.79. Clear? Inspector 1's average. Already you have 5 averages. Take the average of the 5, that is 118.79. Same way you do it for inspector 2. Average of the 5, that is 118.90 micro inches. What is reproducibility? The difference between the averages. The difference between the appraiser. So calculate the range using the inspector's average. Range means inspector 2 average minus inspector 1 average. What is the difference here you are seeing? 0.11. How this 0.11 comes? This difference. Can you notice here? 0.90, 0.79, 0.11. And now go for the same formula. R bar by D2. Now there is no need of R bar because how many ranges you have? Only one range. So use that range divided by D2. Now the constant D2 is 1.41. I'll tell you why it is 1.41. For that, let us go here. How many range you used?
1.
Only 1. And number of repeat readings remains same, 2. So now what is the appropriate D2 value?
1.41.
1.41. That's how 1.41 came. And now the R bar by D2 is found to be 0.078. 0.078. And now 0.078, we need to multiply. The multiplication factor is either 6 or 5.15. And now the whole literature used to 5.15. Now 5.15 into R value divided by D2. And now please note, you have to be very, very careful now. Now this is this 5.15 into R bar by D2 represents reproducibility. But for calculating the reproducibility, you used the average readings. Am I right? Average of inspector 1 and average of inspector 2 you have used. But now these averages came from these averages. And now here, each average came from 2 readings. While calculating the average, a portion of repeatability goes inside. Am I right or not?
Yes, yes.
And so that portion of repeatability has to be subtracted. Do you see subtraction here?
Yes.
Yes, right? So that's for to eliminate that portion, you have this formula. This formula is nothing but 5.15 into sigma E. You know what is sigma E? Repeatability. Repeatability divided by N into R, right? And now N is number of parts, R is number of repeat readings, right? So when I substitute that value, the amount to be subtracted is more than the reproducibility error, indicating that reproducibility error is very, very negligible here, which is because negative error is not possible, isn't it? And so reproducibility error in this case is considered to be 0. The form of error is, the total form of error is repeatability only. Now, do you understand the calculations behind repeatability and reproducibility in this example? There are 2 inspectors involved. They were measuring 5 parts and each part was measured 2 times. Is this calculation understood by all of you?
Yes.
I am not expecting you to repeat the calculation. I am expecting only to understand the logic used in the calculation, because the same logic your software will use. Am I right?
This is reproducibility like sigma C, sigma R
Yes. Yeah. Sigma E is
Operator.
repeatability. And here is your reproducibility component. Yeah.
But this square root formula, what is it is giving? This 0 is what?
0 is telling you that reproducibility error is negligible. Look at your reading, 2 reading. Inspector 1 average is how much? 118.79. Inspector 2 average is how much? Come on.
1189.
0.90. And now what is the difference? Smaller amount, isn't it? A very, very smaller amount. And already within that smaller amount, repeatability component is also there. And that is why, your formula is giving you 0 and telling you, it is letting you know that the reproducibility error in your reading is very, very negligible. Right? No reproducibility issue at all.
Sir, if the case is different, let's say by applying this formula, we are getting not 0, we are getting some other value.
Yes.
Let us say 0.15 for 1
Yeah,
or 2.
I will discuss that. I got your point. If the other value comes, then what to do, right? And look here, I will just take the time now. Okay. So this example we'll see. I'm not going to explain the calculation. I will tell you how the Minitab will produce the report and how to read it. See here, 10 parts representing the expected range of the process variation were selected. 10 parts. 3 operators measured the thickness of each of